In the game coming up tomorrow in Europe. It's a European night at Old Trafford against the Greek champions, second in the league current. So I have to honestly say that I feel the responsibility to do well over the next week, and that's my job. So please, don't how do I say it? I'm focused on that and the others. As I said, I welcome Ruben. Happy here to help him, and that's the situation for the moment.
Just wondering on the subject of injuries, Tyrell Malacia, how he's progressing, and when we're likely to see Luke Shaw, Kobbie Mainoo, and Harry Maguire again.
Well, different cases, all of them. Tyrell is the furthest in the moment. He's part of team training for a couple of weeks now, fully in team training, no restrictions. So it's good for him to plan game minutes. Maybe in the under 21s, we have to see. And the others are still. Harry's still inside, working on his rehab, and Luke also does pitch work like he did today. And he's progressing there to also, do partial team trainings hopefully soon.
Eric often mentioned, we often asked him about the injury issues that kind of derailed much of last season, and that he was looking into it, the club were looking into it. Was there ever a resolution as to what the issue was with the muscle injuries and things that were being picked up?
Well, I think no. I don't know. I couldn't comment on that. For me, it's important, as I said, that I'm focusing on the players that are currently fit, and that's my job. Manage them as good as I can. Obviously, it wasn't an easy period over the last week, but I think the players reacted really well with the Leicester game and also in the Chelsea game, and we're looking to build on that. And that's why I'm so focused on today and tomorrow to do well for the short spell that I'm responsible for this football club, and I take that as a big responsibility.
Hi, there's a question for Andre. Obviously, you worked with Erik ten Hag at Ajax. Why do you think it didn't work out at Man United, and how did you feel when you learned that he was leaving?
Well, when I heard he was leaving, obviously I feel bad. It's not always easy for players to understand when the manager is leaving, but at the end of the day, the club have to make a decision and we have to follow. Yes, I work with him. He's a good manager. I have a very good relationship with him. And why things didn't work here? We didn't win enough games, so it's so simple. And high level, it's not easy. Sometimes you have to pay the price. And fortunately, it was him. But we did everything. Players give everything. We work hard. We try our best, but it just didn't work.
Neil.
Ruud.
Could we just wait for the microphone?
Oh. You got it? Yeah.
I could.
Okay. Ruud, we saw what Ruben did with Sporting Lisbon last night. Is there enough here for him to replicate that sort of thing at Manchester United? Enough here in the squad, do you believe?
Like I said just now, I'm so focused at the present here. To comment on that is for me is very difficult and hardly impossible because I'm really putting everything, all my energy in with the current squad, all the players. Like I said, all the injured players.
I'm just asking about the strength of this current squad.
Yeah, no. So that's why to relate it to his playing style and all of that. That's for me is a question that I can't answer because I'm so focused on the players here and getting results going tomorrow and on Sunday in the Premiership, which are vital 2 games for the season. And I think I'm doing the new manager the best favour to do that. And later, like I said in all my interviews, I'm here to help the club and him. And I think that comes across, that came across, and see when communication can start about the future.
And just on Manchester United in Europe, it always had such a rich heritage, as the former manager called it, but not so much in the last 10 years. Why do you think a club of this size has failed in Europe in the last 10 years?
Well, I think it's a big question for me to answer why it didn't work over the last 10 years. For me it's important, and that's the reason why I arrived at the club, is to help the club and build to those years again where there were successful times in Europe. Obviously, there was the Europa League final, if I remember well, with Oli. There was the Europa League win with Mourinho. So was that in the last 10 years?
Yeah, it was.
So I think that's big European successes. So in that sense, it's always Manchester United is always there to compete in Europe, and that's what we want as well. And that starts again tomorrow.
Well, the focus that you've just been talking about, obviously these next two games are very important. But has it been quite hard for you to focus and for the players to focus? Because it's only human nature for the players to look beyond that and think, how am I going to fit in under the new manager? What's the new team going to look like? Has it been quite a challenge for you to keep the focus on these next two games?
Well, I think last week before the Leicester game and before the Chelsea game, I think it was even harder because obviously things are changed quickly and massively. So to manage that was I think a bigger task. Now things sort of calm down, and we're focusing on the two performances where we were confident about and can build on. But again, it's about tomorrow that we play with the same passion and commitment, and then with the home support, and we can get to our best.
Beth.
Question for Andre. Did you happen to watch the Sporting Lisbon game last night? And if you did, how do you think these players will suit the new manager Ruben Amorim's style? And do you think they'll be able to adapt to that high intensity that he plays?
Can you repeat, please?
Did you watch the Sporting Lisbon game last night against Manchester City? And if you did, how do you think the current Manchester United players will adapt to his style? Obviously, it's different to what we've played so far this season, very high intensity.
Yeah, I did. I did watch a game yesterday. Great victory from there, by the way. Different system, but my players, my teammates, we are all pragmatic now. I think everyone here is capable to play in each system, so I don't think this will be any issue for us. We have big players, so they will step up.
And then quickly, can I just ask Ruud as well? Obviously, you were a brilliant striker for Manchester United. Sporting, under the new manager Ruben Amorim, have scored a lot of goals so far this season. Manchester United have struggled to create chances for the strikers, Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee. Do you have any idea why that might be, why they're not getting as many chances as we'd expect?
I don't agree that we didn't create enough chances. I think if you look at the statistics, that we are one of the teams that's creating the most chances, and it's the conversion. That's why I said I'm not worried, because we're creating the chances.